spent days on the phone looking for treatment options, but only managed to arrange weekly sessions with the therapist-led support group. Tim had now been back home for almost 2 months, during which he had been a constant source of anxiety to his parents and their friends. So Rachel's question hung in the air as all 3 mothers waited to learn how Tim was doing. Pam smiled. "I think we're finally making some progress," she said. "He's got a job." "That's great," enthused Lucy. Sue chimed right in, exclaiming, "Fabulous!" Even Rachel approved, saying, "That's a real sign of progress." "It's not a great job," continued Pam. "It's part-time at the new community center." "Is he the new director?" asked Lucy, who covered the various committees that governed Tinker's Cove under the watchful eyes of the citizens. She knew the Personnel Committee had concluded their search and were about to announce their choice at tonight's meeting. "He's not going to be the director," said Pam, shaking her head. "He's going to be the janitor." There was a pause as the women considered this unexpected turn of events, finally broken by Sue. "What happened to his job at the Farnsworth?" she asked. "They said they couldn't hold it any longer," said Pam. "And he didn't want it anymore. Didn't want to go back. Didn't think he could handle it." "Baby steps," said Lucy in an encouraging tone. "He needs to go slow, feel his way. This is probably a good job for him now." "Right," added Rachel. "It's an important step in his recovery. He'll gain confidence. He'll be working with other people. He'll even earn some money and become more independent." Pam was having none of it. "He has a master's degree from Yale. He was a curator at a top museum, and now he's mopping floors and emptying the trash." She picked at her muffin. "I don't know. It's as if he thinks he doesn't deserve a better job. Like he's punishing himself for—" She abandoned the muffin and waved her hand in a gesture of surrender. "I don't know what's going on in that head of his. I know he's suffering, and I don't know why." She raised her head. "But I do know that my son is too talented, too smart to be a janitor." Rachel reached out and patted her hand. "I think you have to let him decide what he needs." "There's no shame in an honest job," said Sue, surprising them all. Sue, who only wore designer labels and treasured her status handbags, was all of a sudden defending the proletariat. "The job is what you make of it, and I bet Tim will be a terrific top-notch janitor." "Somehow I'm not finding that thought encouraging," said Pam. "Not at all." A few days later, Lucy went to the brand-new community center to interview the woman who had got the job of director, and to gather information so she could write a preview of the upcoming grand opening. The heat wave had continued unabated, and the spindly new baby trees didn't offer any shade in the oversized parking lot that surrounded the new building, a modernistic creation of steel and glass that glittered in the sun. The humidity was oppressive as she forged her way across the hot asphalt parking lot, and she felt like a steamed dumpling when she stepped inside, where she was greeted with a surge of refreshing cool air. Feeling slightly guilty, aware that the air conditioning, which offered relief from climbing temperatures, was actually contributing to global warming, she nevertheless enjoyed the cooling sensation. She could practically feel the perspiration evaporating from her skin as she took in the gleaming lobby, where a colorful mosaic mural greeted all who entered with the word "Welcome" in various languages. A sign with extra-large, ADA-approved letters gave directions to the various facilities, which she knew included a gym, meeting rooms, and offices for the town's council on aging and its recreation department. There was no sign of Tim, but she was greeted enthusiastically by the director, Darleen Busby-Platt, who had clearly been on the lookout for her arrival and came bustling into the lobby. "Welcome! Welcome to our beautiful new community center!" exclaimed Darleen, who was a very tall and slightly plump middle-aged woman with rather obviously dyed hair and a carefully powdered face. She'd used lip liner with her lipstick, and it gave her mouth a rather harsh appearance, in line with the stenciled arches that served as her eyebrows. Lucy found her perfume a bit overwhelming, but noted she had adopted the coastal casual look favored in Tinker's Cove, and was wearing blue and white checked pedal pushers.